Is it time for change? This question gets asked all the time. So let's talk about it. Roll it. Welcome back to another video. My name is Nikos Rentas. This is mentorsapproach.com, where we strive to make a video each and every week to get you thinking and moving in the right direction. So hit subscribe. Today we're talking about change. And we've talked a lot about change in this channel. So what's changed? Well, things have changed. People are changing. The things that are happening in our daily lives has changed. A lot of things have changed. And the question always begs, do you need to change? Do you need to change in any particular way? This can only be answered by you, nobody else. If you feel like it's time for you to become 2.0 you, then yes, it's time for you to start thinking about how that change will come to be. If you're thinking about this and you're not really there yet, well, it'll take some time. Don't do anything yet. But if you're really thinking about, hey, it's time for me to grow and get to another place, well, this is where you want to be. The question becomes, what are you changing? This is step one. What are you really changing? We got to look at this, what are you really changing? And ask yourself, how does that look? Have you really thought about this? See, whenever I'm trying to change something about myself, it's because I've identified something that is not assisting me in my growth. It's not helping me where I want to be. So then I sit down and I go, okay, how do I change that? This might be from a mindset perspective, a skill set perspective. Even when I'm sitting there going, I don't like how I look with my body. I need to get working out again. I sit there and I think to myself, what is it that needs to change? And how does that look? When I'm looking at this whole idea of what we've done here with the studio, I sit there and I go, I needed that change, and I see that change has happened. And I'm proud of myself for being able to achieve what I've achieved because I saw the change, identified it, and I said, let's get moving. So when we look at this big change, we have to ask ourselves in step two, what are the things that needs to change in order for me to accommodate the big change? So what are the little changes? See, you're looking at it back to this idea of time, energy, and money. How are we investing this time, energy, and money? How does it look and how does it feel? We're asking ourselves, what direction are we taking this into? I already know that a lot of things are working great, but I know there's some stuff that needs to change. So how am I going to actually change those? I got to start looking at those smaller changes and start moving them slowly. But they can't affect the overall changes of everything else unless it's positive. So I have to monitor this, which is our step three. What are you doing to monitor the changes being made? What are you doing to keep up? See, what often happens with me, I get sidetracked because my mind is flying. So while building the studio, I fried my computer. And then I was like, oh man. And then I got sidetracked in trying to build another computer, finding components, this and that. And I was like, what am I doing? I had to do a full stop. The changes I tried to implement have been delayed because of a computer. Let's really think about this. A computer? I had to stop. I pulled back. And I looked at it in reality terms. What is the reality here? So this is really step four. It's reality checks. It's accountability. It's asking yourself, are you going to be able to be accountable to the changes that are going to be happening? And you can only do that if step one, step two, and step three work together. You can't do it otherwise. You really want the change. And if you don't really want the change, it's hard to get the change. Now you're going to ask me, well, sometimes I need to change. I know I need to change, but I just can't. That's a little bit different. It's not the same thing as not, doing it, but you're not really wanting to. There's going to be a want, an urge, a need. And when you identify that, then you know you will be more successful in achieving that change. Now, in my mindset, I look at this and I ask myself, how does it relate to time, energy, and money? This was our last series. And I look at it and I say, what is the net positive in that investment I'm doing into time, energy, and money? I analyze all of these and I say to myself, how will that net positive move me to a better place? I'm already moving in a good place. Now, you might be in a bad place and you're asking yourself, well, how do I get to a good place? It's no different than me being in a good place trying to get to a better place and you being in a bad place trying to get to a good place. Why? Because we're generally moving in the right direction. We're making decisions, and this is all what this is. How do you make the right decision at the right time? If we start focusing on these steps and start looking at them in terms of what is the change I want, what are the baby changes I have to make, what is the reality behind what changes have to happen, how does the accountability have to fit the narrative in that change, so I can monitor how it's not going to affect the other things in my life that are going well. Well, now we have a net positive decision-making skill set that we're building. We're saying, I will invest my time, energy, and money in a way that makes sense. And at the same time, I will invest into myself the opportunity to see that change happen. And then we can start moving in the right direction. My name is Nikos Rentas. This is MentorsApproach.com. Hit that like button if you like what you see. Of course, hit subscribe and leave a comment below. Who knows? Somebody might be watching this. They might relate, and you might help change a life. And don't forget, watch one of these two videos. They'll help you get moving in the right direction.